Hello and welcome back to another wonderful edition of this week's MPTV Coaches Show. Ryan Lindley, Eric Myers here with you to bring you the greatest and best updates in 709 sports. So, Coach, kind of a rough weekend right there with football falling. So what kind of happened in this game? We talked a little bit about it last week about some of those keys. I don't think we hit those keys.
I think that's the reality of it. Is Providence is a good team. They did a lot of things really well, and they took advantage of our mistakes. And so when you face a good team, you make mistakes, you get a team that kind of knows how to capitalize on mistakes. At the end of the day, it's hard to win. And the end result was a 21-14 Providence victory.
Yeah, getting down early was one of those things we said we couldn't let happen. No mistakes, both those things. And the game was out of hand before really we had a chance to answer, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think the positive is we battled back and closed it to a 7-point game, but you kind of look at it, it was 14-0 3 minutes into the game. I mean, kind of the positive spin you put on it is we won 45 minutes of the 48-minute football game.
But the damage already been done.
Damage already been done, and all 48 minutes count.
Yeah, hats off to our Hogs football right there. Great season, nothing to shake your head about it. 8-2. I mean, that's a really good record in the Mid-Atlantic Conference. Tough football.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that 8-2 record, obviously that's 10 total games. We put together a little package. It is one play from every game. Kind of what we decided, or I guess I'll own this. This was mostly me.
You.
Yeah, I'll own this one. It was kind of like the highlight of the game. Also tried to make sure we got in, though, not just offensive plays. We got some defense in there. We got some special teams in there. So you kind of see that a successful football season is not just one side of the ball. It's complementary football. It's all phases of the game working together. So let's take a look at this package. So we've got highlights here. One highlight for every week of the football season. This is from week 1 against Muhammad Seymour. Cole Rinkenberger intercepts a pass to secure a Potters victory with under 20 seconds to go. And you can see the jubilation on the Potters sideline. Week 2 at Rochelle. This is going to be this tunnel screen to Julian Alexander, and he is going to turn on the jets and take it into the end zone. Potters won that one 28-27, big score there. We're now going to move to Canton, and this is going to look almost the same, except this time it's going to be Preston Berg taking the tunnel and getting into the end zone for a Potters touchdown, throws off a defender there, and finds pay dirt. Now we're going to see the downfield passing game. This was against Metamora. Jude Hart to G.B. Kruzik. Post pattern into the end zone, Potters touchdown. At Pekin, you see Jude Hart using his legs. Fake to Shondon Buffington in the backfield, and then Jude Hart gets down the sidelines. This was early in the game, set the tone for a big Potters win at Pekin. Now we move on to Limestone. This time Hart's going to pitch it out to Shondon Buffington, and you're going to see Buffington do his thing on the ground. Spin move, shakes off a tackler, jukes another tackler, and heads to the end zone across the field on a long touchdown run. A little bit more Shondon Buffington here. This is after a Potters safety. He returns the punt from East Peoria and looking for a hole, finds a hole, gets down the sideline, jukes a defender, avoids a tackler, and Shondon Buffington into the end zone. Touchdown return, special teams for the Potters. And here's some more Potters special teams. This is at Dunlap. Dunlap in punt formation, and what you're going to see here is the Potters have a punt block on. This is Brett Michael who blocks the punt. Troy Erickson fields it. He's tackled inside the 10. Potters would then score the game-leading touchdown off of that punt block. I mentioned Jude Hart using his legs earlier. Here's another Jude Hart run. This one is against the Washington Panthers. This is a season-long play for the Potters. 91 yards on the touchdown run for Jude, and you see him into the end zone there. And again, very excited Potters sideline. And then we'll come to the conclusion of the season. This was the playoff game against Providence Catholic. Potters fell 21-14, but Luke Schaff had a great day. He caught 2 touchdowns. This is a long one from Hart. Little trouble grabbing it, but he gets it back in the end zone, and that is a touchdown, as you can see right there. Potters finished the season with an 8.
Awesome. We can see right there, hats off to our Hogs as we roll there. And, speaking of rolling and running, looks like our cross-country Potters are heading into the postseason.
Heading into the postseason, obviously we talked about, going through that regional round into the sectionals and now getting ready for state. And
one sectionals.
Yeah, one sectionals. And getting ready for state. And we've talked, to Coach Zeller, often on this show, both cross-country and track. And one of the things he always talks about is that it's a build-up, right? That you don't necessarily need to run your best time on the first meet of the year, or sometimes even in the regional round, as long as you're qualifying for sectionals. sectionals, right? It's when you get to sectionals, you get to state, you want to be at your absolute best. And I think we're starting to see that the Potters may be there.
Yeah, and I think that's going to happen this week when out at Detweiler Park. So awesome opportunity. Best of luck to our cross-country boys and girls who both qualified for state from a team standpoint. Hopefully bringing home some rather large hardware we talked about several weeks ago. So shifting gears, we have another team still competing in the postseason, right? Volleyball?
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. You know, it's setting up for a huge rematch with Metamora in the sectional final. Huge, right? I mean, the team split the regular season. The Redbirds had 41 straight wins in conference before the Lady Potters knocked them off. I mean, it's about as good as you can get. I mean, truly.
And not only that, it seems like the Lady Potters are rolling right now. They found their stride. They are taking no prisoners approach here in the postseason. You know, winning 2 sets both games in the postseason so far. So. Awesome job right there.
Yeah, 28-7 is the overall record, I believe, right now. We're going to watch a little bit of highlights, some clips basically of the end of the LaSalle Peru game here. This was the sectional semifinal that set up the rematch with the Redbirds, so let's take a look at that. We're looking now at Morton volleyball highlights. Lady Potters 28-7 now. Regional champions last week with a win over Limestone. We're watching the end here of the first sectional matchup, this one against LaSalle Peru. Potters score there to move to 24-13 leaders and get ready to end the match here. Potters, again, like we said, 28-7 now overall. They're going to win this game. You're going to see the final point here in just a moment. They move on to a sectional final where they're going to take on Metamora. Metamora and the Potters split their 2 regular season matchups, both teams winning once, and it'll be for a sectional title. Lady Potters have been really good this year. The win over Metamora earlier in the year snapped a 41-game conference match win streak that the Redbirds had. And so obviously you're going to get 2 really motivated teams in the sectional final. As we watch here, you'll see the final point of, again, this was the sectional semifinal against LaSalle Peru. Here are the Cavs. They get it over the net, but it is long. And the Lady Potters, as we said, sectional semifinal victory over those LaSalle Peru Cavaliers, 25-13. They advance to the sectional final against Metamora. Continuation of a fantastic season for Coach Jordan Williams and the Lady Potters volleyball team.
Well, as you can see right there, you know, our Lady Potters are doing it on the court, and they're going to play Thursday night, you know, for that sectional championship versus Metamora. So obviously that's going to be a very, very big game that you can catch likely on MPTV on the NFHS network. So keep rolling here. We got some postseason soccer accolades, right?
Yeah, I mean, congratulations. I think we had 4 players that were either all sectional, all conference, all state, all those things. So, I mean, that's a pretty solid year when you get 4 guys. I mean, you know, soccer, you play 11. Now, I mean, you rotate guys in, but there are 11 starters. If 4 of your 11 are making, you know, all state, all sectional, all conference, that's a pretty good year.
Very much so. So congrats off to those gentlemen as we go there. So I know Coach Long will be very proud of that. So what do you got to kind of wrap up with, Coach?
Well, you know, obviously we've still got volleyball going. We still got cross country going. I mean, we got a couple other things still in the works, but girls basketball actually started practice this week, so we are officially
last night.
Yeah, last night. So we are Monday. Yeah. So if you're watching this later on, they started Monday. I asked some of the kids, you know, is Coach Becker going to get you there on Monday morning at 6 a.m.? They're like, no, he's letting us go after school. So I don't know how long that's going to last because I know Coach likes those 6 a.m. shooting workouts.
I think we all do, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think as we get older, we like those a lot more than when we were high school kids. But
valid points.
But they've started, so we are officially in the winter sports season. So it's really exciting. And so kind of like wrap up today, I guess, we want to show you some highlights from last year just to kind of whet the appetite as we begin to approach the winter sports season.
So these highlights are going to take us out, and that's going to be all for Coach Lindley and myself. So enjoy these girls basketball highlights, and we'll see you next week.
Gracie Junis, she will once again ball fake. Now she's going to be double teamed. Back to Pollard, Addie Engel. Back to Abby Pollard. Abby will fire a 3 there, and that's good. There you go. 17-15, Hutchinson, Laufenberg, Ruxlow now. Van Mennen feeds Engel, nice catch and finish.
Tremendous ball movement right, another layup for the Potters.
Off now to Hutchinson, she'll go left-hand dribble back to Addie. She's going to be double teamed, gets it to Tatum. Julia open on the wing, but Tatum will take it herself and score.
So that's what happens right there when you're patient, right? You keep spreading the play out, you drive, you dish, over and over again. sure enough, it always works out. Typically, you get what you look for.
Signaled in something. Let's see what it is. It's going to be lob into Addie. She's going to go up, and it is good. Great job to score through contact.